Serve as Minister of Music for United Methodist Church for All People and the Director of Operations for Community Development for All People. My faith in Jesus Christ has long been tied to my understanding of justice, social justice, economic justice, gender justice, sexuality justice. And those two things have been very intertwined. And so finding a community of like-minded folks that seem to really resonate with that, and we're very quickly just on the same page, could use the same shorthand and the same articulation of what Scripture says about justice and how that plays out in their faith, was really invigorating to me. And so that mutual accountability and support and inspiration was really captivating. I could go work for a secular nonprofit institution and do good work in the community and change lives. And my work is more fully formed by having a relationship with a faith community, having accountability with an order, being informed by the education that deaconesses and home missioners receive, and really being grounded in our Christian faith tradition and Scripture to do that work. So yes, I could make a difference in the world, in people's lives, in a secular job. I could also work for justice in a church, but if it was a fully secular job, I think I'd be missing a huge chunk of what we're really doing. And if I were working in the church just as a lay person, I would not have the mutual accountability and learning and legacy to grow and stand on those shoulders and give it forward. It matters to have that community and accountability and guidance, the foundation that informs our work. First heard about deaconesses and home missioners from a current deaconess, Sue Wolf, as well as our pastor at the time, John Edgar. And they sort of saw my story fitting in that. And so I listened to them and believed them as far as this would be a good space for me. But I don't think I really was hooked until I heard so many other stories of current and past deaconesses and home missioners and the work that they were doing, that really started to provide me a holistic view of what was possible, the different kinds of work that people were doing, and then just the huge giants of faith that form this community. So it made a big difference to hear from all those voices and see really what was possible and the tremendous work that's gone before. One word would be inspiration, and it is the legacy out of which we come that provides inspiration for us doing the work now, so that then we can in turn inspire those that are coming next. The work is hard. The highs are high, the lows are low, and having that legacy is so key to be able to love with excellence those that are around us. So on a local level, we really embody what it means to be the hands and feet of Christ. When we are going about our work in our communities, we are the face of Christ that are bringing that balm, that are bringing that opportunity for abundant health in our communities. And so we're implementing what we hear on Sunday mornings, what we read in Scripture. We're putting feet on that. And so we make a difference in our own communities in that way. We're also critical in the life of the denomination as a whole and and broadly in the world, both in Christianity and the secular world, because we're able to move and act in ways that are fairly powerful and often radical. We're deeply interlinked with our denomination and our book of discipline. And at the same time, we can be guided by scripture, guided by prayer, guided by our call for justice, in a way that can provide us some freedom that sometimes being inside the clergy appointment system can be challenging. We're not going to be moved from church to church. We don't risk our defrocking or some such thing. So we have some opportunities to speak some tough truths, and we've seen that our order has done that going back to the very beginning. And I think that's a really powerful and important place for deaconesses and home missioners to be able to be those voices for truth and justice, when sometimes others aren't able to be, and we can amplify the voices that do speak up, but aren't always heard. We have been about this work in a way that long predates the United Methodist Church, and we will continue to be about this work for centuries to come. And that does provide us a huge opportunity for ministry, and I think an example to the entire denomination.